What's up, guys? It's me again, Christian Rodriguez, and today I'm going to make it a bit of a short video, but I thought this would be very good to talk about. So today, so I decided to delete YouTube from my phone, right? And I would delete it, re-download it, right? And there's something that I noticed, right? There was like a negative cycle that I noticed, and I noticed like days that I feel less motivated, like I have less discipline that day because everyone has those days, right? That they feel off, that they don't even want to bother, right? And I would say that my day started off like that today, right? And um, what I wanted to say is that I decided to delete YouTube from my phone, right? So I don't have Instagram on my phone. I sure as hell don't have TikTok. I don't even use that app. I think that app is garbage, but that's personally me. I think it's far too addictive. I think that's made to distract you. TikTok, especially TikTok. But I don't use Twitter. I have LinkedIn. I don't use it, but even when I use LinkedIn, say I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling through LinkedIn, I will get distracted. I'll start scrolling through random shit. Even if you think it's professional, it's productive, it's not, right? But the thing I notice, I only log into these social media apps on my computer because it's just I find it more. Obviously, I could post, so obviously I post content. So that's a different story. That's more for like long term. That's more for like my long term plan, right? I see posting on social media like compound interest. Like it's not going to show much like in the beginning, but it's going to grow and it's going to have a long term effect. It's going to have a compounding effect later on, right? And it's going to make my life so far easier. So that's different. But when it comes to posting, right, having social media on your phone, first of all, your phone is made to distract you, right? A smartphone, right? Doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or it's an Android, it's made to distract you, right? So it's gonna be it's it beeps, it makes it doesn't it has like sounds it makes, maybe it vibrates. It's gonna distract you, right? I remember Deep Work from Cal Newport, right? He mentioned that don't have your phone when you're in the middle of deep work, or don't have it nearby, because even if you hear like the notification, it's gonna automatically distract you and make you think, oh, what's the notification, even if it's nonsense, right? And now it throws you off your work, or your path, or whatever the hell you're doing, right? Sometimes I do need my phone to do work, right? Sometimes I need to call. I need to make calls. Sometimes I need to, like use my phone to track my macros, right? I have to. Sometimes I do need to use my phone for certain things, right? But most of the time, it's nonsense. It's a waste of time. Social media, for example, right? I notice a negative habit that I've been doing, and that's the thing I need to break off. And days that it feels gloomy, it's shitty. I'm in Chicago, and it's November, right? It's almost December, so the weather is pretty shit. The weather is complete, utter shit. All week it's been gloomy. It's been dark. Not even rainy, but it's just been gloomy, right? And obviously, when it's gloomy and you wake up in the morning, you don't want to wake up to that. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to do any of this stuff, right? So I think having social media on your phone makes it 100 times harder to be disciplined. It adds more friction because if you're scrolling and you're watching a good video on YouTube and you're like, oh, I'm being productive, right? But then suddenly you do nothing and you're just laying in bed comfortable. It's the same as you watching Squid Game on Netflix. You know what I mean? It's not too different. And yeah, that's why I wanted to make a video about this. I think you need to delete Twitter, Instagram, all those apps, especially TikTok, right? Facebook too. Facebook can be distracting. I know it's not as popular, but it could be distracting your phone. Dating apps, right? Like Tinder, Bumble, what's fucking another OK Cupid. All these dating apps, right? Hinge. They're so distracting, especially if you're a guy and you're grinding on your purpose, or you're building a purpose. You're going after success. You're you have some sort of goals. You're even like doing some sort of self improvement. You're going through a self improvement journey. I do not think you should be going on dating apps. right? I'm not a dating expert. I'm not a dating coach. That's not what I'm here for. But I think they're a waste of time. I think, first of all, the algorithm is made against you. So if you want the more attractive women, right, you're going to have to pay money for it, for them to even notice you, to see you. And then they have to swipe right on you. They have to actually find you attractive to want to go on a date with you, right? But if you meet someone in person, you don't have to be the best looking guy. You could be an average looking guy, but if you're charismatic in person, then it's completely different than a dating app, right? Because you're just dating app is the odds are against you in a dating app. And I also think it's a waste of time because it gives you dopamine hits. You're like, oh, did she message me? Oh, does she like me? Oh, I got a like. Ooh, I got a match. Ooh, yeah, like it's distracting. It's the same thing as social media, right? I honestly think it's almost the same thing as watching porn. It's the same shit. You're scrolling, wasting time on it. So it's distracting. All this stuff that's distracting, right? And I'm telling you, I'm guilty with YouTube. I'm very guilty with YouTube. That's why I'm making a video on it, because I people need to know about this. I wanna show you guys that I'm accountable, and I want you guys to be too, right? And the thing about YouTube is very useful. There's a lot of useful videos. I hope you find this video useful. And if you do, subscribe and yeah, share me in the algorithm. All right. But seriously, YouTube is very, very, very has a lot of useful content, right? Like I use YouTube to study French. I use YouTube to watch French content. I use YouTube for self-improvement content. I use YouTube to educate myself on finances. I use YouTube for what books to read, good books to read. I use YouTube on business, how to get better at business, how to like tactics for client outreach, what type of things should I do. I use YouTube for stuff like that, which is amazing, right? And that's the best part about YouTube. We live in the best time that we can learn just about anything with YouTube, right? The only issue with YouTube is you're gonna watch one educational content. This is what I noticed. I'll watch like one really good video. The video will finish. Then I'm like, oh, what should I watch next? And then I'll be scrolling, and then I'm like, oh, that looks like a good video. Oh, that looks like a good video. And it doesn't even have to do anything that has to do with what I was doing or whatever I was listening to. It could be anything. I could just start listening to it. Oh, the Mets signed some player, or something about sports, or UFC, right? And then it's like, okay, now I'm distracted, right? Oh, Superlek won championship. Actually, he lost, but Superbon won his fight recently and won championship. It's just distracting. It's extremely distracting, right? Um, and that's my issue with social media on your phone. It's it's a device that's made to distract you. Remember that. If you want if you want to build a skill fast or reach your goals, you have to you have to focus. And social media fucks it up. The phone in general fucks it up, right? So you have to lose the phone. You have to dump it. Not dump it, but you have to put it in a different room. If you read, what I recommend you do is read Deep Work by Cal Newport. He gets in better detail and explains it 100 times better than I do, right? I highly recommend that book. But but yeah, he talks about like dumping social media, right? You're most likely not going to miss out on anything. You won't. You're going to feel like you will at first. It's almost like a drug addict missing out on the drugs. They're going to feel like they're missing out on it, but they're not missing out on anything. It's an addiction, right? And social media, the phone, it's an addictive device, which is why I love reading physical books, right? Because it gets me away from all the technology. It gets me away from my phone. It gets me away. Even though I do use music, I use like classical instrumental music while I'm reading. I feel like that it enhances it. But besides that, I have physical books, right? I read physical books, and what I use is my Spotify. I use my Spotify, or you can use Apple Music, whatever one you use. and you could just listen to a podcast, an audiobook, or for me, I listen to French podcasts as well. So I'm also getting fluent in the language that I want to learn. And this stuff is very useful. I'm telling you. You don't want to like just waste time doing nonsense, doing nothing, or scrolling, watching a video that's not going to do anything, right? And there's nothing wrong with it, right? Because I'm telling you, today I wasted time. This is something I commonly struggle with, right? That's why I'm making a video on it. Almost like calling myself out, to be honest. It's not even, but it's also warning you guys. And I know many other people face this issue. But if there's one thing you get from this video, just delete social media from your phone. Delete it from your phone. You don't need it on your phone. If you want to go on social media, you can go on your desktop. Even that could get distracting if it's too easily accessible on the laptop, right? And I use it for work purposes, but I would delete social media. Like, I really would. I would delete it from my phone. Don't have it on your phone. It's so easily accessible, and social media is designed to be amazing on the phone. It's like the best thing to use on the phone because you're scrolling. It just naturally works the best with a smartphone. Just don't use it. Don't use it on the phone. You'll lose track of time. You'll be scrolling, watching videos on whatever shit that you're interested in that the algorithm throws at you, and it's going to give you another video that you might find interesting. But ooh, that's another video. Oh, let me save that. And all of a sudden you have like 50 videos you saved and you haven't even watched like most of them. And the algorithm just distracted you through a bunch of stuff. And it's not worth it. It's really not. It's such a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And then by the time you look, it's 5 p.m. And if you're in Chicago, it's already pitch black outside. And you're like, I got nothing done, but I scrolled social media all day. I didn't read. I didn't read a book. I didn't do any client outreach. I didn't do any work on my business because I was distracted with social media. And there's nothing wrong with it inherently. Like, if you use it to post content, what you can do, right? Like, if you're on Instagram and you put stories on, what you can do is just download it real quick, post whatever you have to post. If you have to put stuff on your story, put it on your story and then delete it. Delete it like immediately, like bye-bye. Don't keep it on your phone, right? You can have app blockers. I think it's just better to delete it, right? Just cut it off. Don't even have it there. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And with LinkedIn's weird because I do use LinkedIn for productive things. Like, I'll use LinkedIn for, in my case, like right now, I'm using it for client outreach, right? For my business. So LinkedIn is useful for things like that. You make connections, you go to networking events, like I'm going to go to one tonight. You make connections, you follow up with them. Maybe they can help you, right? Most of the time it's tire kickers, but from time to time you meet someone that it's like, oh, they could be useful, or maybe they know someone that could benefit my business, right? Stuff like that. But if you're sitting in social media, but if you're like on LinkedIn and you're just scrolling and you're watching marketing memes, which, hey, they're pretty funny. They're actually pretty great. But you're watching a bunch of you're scrolling, you're seeing a bunch of stuff from your connects. It's entertainment. It's basically the same as Instagram at that case, right? It doesn't matter if it's professional. Doesn't matter if it feels productive. It's basically Instagram. It's basically you scrolling TikTok. It's the same exact thing, right? And watching dance videos. It's the same thing, right? Maybe it's a little different, but it's the same type of thing. And you do want to curate your algorithm so you watch productive things, but you also don't want to be distracted by the productive things. You don't want to be distracted and you do nothing. That's the point of social media. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you follow these tactics, you just delete your social media from your phone. And oh, another thing, you put your phone on gray mode. If you put your phone on gray mode and you delete your social media from your phones and you just keep it like on a desktop or something, or like something that you're not gonna like frequent social media as much, I promise you, you will be far more productive. You're you're more likely to do the things that you probably dread doing, like going to the gym or reading books or doing things like tasks for your business or job. You're more likely to do it more effectively and efficiently if you just delete social media from your phone. So that's my recommendation. Delete it from your phone. And I'm going to leave it at there. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.